Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Dan here, and today I thought that it would be cool if I actually brought you guys some coverage from CES. Now, I didn't actually attend CES, but I don't know if you guys have seen all the cool things on the web and things like that. So I basically want to show you guys a few things that I thought were really cool. I actually set this up into categories, camera, television, gaming, camcorders, things like that. Now, I want to start off with camera. One thing that I'm actually really excited for, even though I am a Canon fan, the Nikon D4. It's a 16.2 megapixel full frame camera. It shoots at 11 frames per second. It has ISO expandable all the way up to 204,000. It shoots 1080p video at 30, 25, and 24 frames per second, and has the price tag of $6,000. Now that is a little steep, but I can almost guarantee you there are many Nikon people out there willing to pay that price for a camera like this. I'm excited for it. I mean, I actually want to see some video and things like that from this camera. Nikon hasn't been known for their video, but I mean, with 1080p video up to 30 frames per second, that is pretty impressive. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the Fujifilm X Pro 1. This is a 16 megapixel crop sensor camera, and they actually designed their own sensor, which is called an X-Trans sensor. What this does, it has a special color filter array, and Fuji claims that it is the top of the line camera, and Fuji is claiming this is what puts their camera on top. And I guess what this is all about is it's supposed to fight false color in images, which is actually pretty cool. Now it does support ISO up to 25,000, has 1080p, 24 frames per second, and it records in H.264, and has real stereo sound, which is pretty sweet. They're offering three prime lenses, a 60, 35, and 18 millimeter lens, and all of these are going to cost you about $650. They plan on releasing this camera sometime in February, and the current price tag on this camera is $2,400. Now they are going to release more lenses for this camera later on, and they say it's going to be sometime in 2013. Now, saving the best for last, we have the Canon PowerShot G1X. Now, if you're one of those people who don't want to lug around a DSLR, this is the perfect camera for you. The key feature on this camera is a 14.3 megapixel sensor as a fixed lens with full manual controls. It does video in 1080p, dedicated knobs for fine-tuning exposure, and has a rotating screen, just like the 60D does. The price on this camera is $800, and it is the most expensive in the PowerShot line. Now, I'm not exactly sure how well this camera is going to do, but for me, I don't think it's that impressive. I am a Canon fan, but to me, this is nothing great. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but to me, I don't see anything that special. Now, the next topic I want to jump into is televisions. And Sharp has an 85-inch 8K TV, and what we're used to is the current and quite excellent crop of HD TVs. These are all at 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels high, and this comes out to about 2 million pixels, and that is referred as 2K. So this 8K is 4 times better than the current 1080p video quality. Now, there are some videos on YouTube that show a 4K camera, which you can actually view. I can't even watch the video because of how good the quality is. So you have to know this is something special. And the price on that has not been released yet, as far as I know. And I don't think they're planning on releasing it this year. Now, as usual, Samsung went all out. They have the craziest booth at CES, and they showed up big, featuring a 55-inch OLED. And this is to come later on this year. And they introduced their smart technologies, and one of these smart technologies is smart interaction, and this is with voice and gesture controls. Now, the other thing they showed was some video services and apps, and this was numbering over to 1,400. Now, I find this kind of funny because if Apple is planning on releasing a actual Apple TV, it seems like companies are fearing this happening. So they're already producing apps and things like that. So if and when the Apple TV comes out, they'll be well prepared. Now, if there is an Apple TV, the price is probably going to be pretty crazy, probably anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, and I'm pretty sure this will be like an LCD or LED TV. Now, I want to jump into the gaming section of my review, or my recap. There's a company called Razer. They actually are releasing a computer or a laptop called the Razer Blade. Now, this is a high-end gaming computer, and they're trying to compete with Alienware and other companies like that. This computer is going to be a 17-inch laptop. The numbers on the processing and things like that aren't super crazy, but they are pretty good. They're going to have a Core i7 processor, clocked out to 2.8 gigahertz. 8 gigs of RAM, a 250 gigabyte SSD. This is going to run Windows 7, and the current weight of this computer is 7 pounds. Now to the right, there's a trackpad, and the screen allows you to watch YouTube videos, allows you to browse the web, and they're actually going to come out with a bunch more apps later on this year. And the current price of this computer is at $2,800. It's a little steep. I'm not really sure about the whole gaming community if people are really willing to pay $2,800 for a computer like this, but I'm sure there's someone willing to pay this. And the computer is coming out later this month. Now another thing I want to talk about is the Razer gaming tablet. This is a prototype which they just showed off at CES to see what people would say about it, and it is a 10.1 inch tablet, and it's basically a computer. It's running Windows 7, and obviously it's not coming out this year, so it'll probably end up running Windows 8. And it has 2 joysticks, one to the left and one to the right, and they have 4 buttons on each of these. And why I say this is not really a tablet but more of a smaller computer is because it runs i7. It has an i7 processor in it, or at least what they're saying online. It's going to be running Windows 8, which is pretty remarkable. So I think this is something crazy. They say it should be finished in Q4 of 2012. So look to see that. Another thing I want to talk about is the Razer keyboard. This is set up just like the Blade, and it has the LCD to the right, which also allows you to browse the web and do other things like that. They have 10 dynamic adaptive keys, or macro, which I think is a pretty cool design. I mean, I don't play that many computer games, but when I do, I know there's some shortcuts that I wish I would have had on my keyboard. And they're, of course, stealing the same design from Apple, the total slim and sleek design, which is beautiful. Now, Amazon is expected to ship this on February the 20th of 2012, and the current price on this keyboard is $250, which is, yet again, a little steep, but there's obviously a market for it. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about is the iNuke Boom, and this is a 700-pound, 8-foot long, 4 feet wide, 4 feet tall speaker, and it's used to dock your iPhone. Now, this has 2 18-inch subwoofers, 2 12-inch subwoofers, and 2 high-frequency drivers able to break glass. Now, this is absolutely crazy. The current price is $30,000. I'm not sure who's going to purchase something like that. Maybe a club, or maybe something at a concert, or some kind of event like that. This is absolutely crazy. I don't see any commercial purchase for this, but it is really cool, and there is some video online of it at CES. Now, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I usually try to post a video every week or so. I got pretty lazy last week because midterms are coming up, so I did not publish a video. I'm planning on having a giveaway sometime this month. Hopefully when I reach, I actually don't have a goal set yet for what I want to do, but I definitely want to have a giveaway this month. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm out, guys. See you guys in the next video.